You've often heard me say that the sins of youth are just like loose dirt in our life. When we're young, we think that overcoming pornography and lustful thoughts and drinking and drugs and smoking, we think that those things are just so impossible to overcome. And the longer we serve Jesus, the more we find that by the grace of God, those are the loose dirt that's swept away. That there are things in the human heart that are far more difficult to overcome. In Luke chapter 6, verse 27, Jesus said, "But to you who are willing to listen," now, in other words, are you willing to listen to this? He said, "To those of you who are willing to listen, I say, love your enemies and do good to those who hate you." And then he continues. So this morning I ask you, are you willing to listen to the really hard things, to the things that make us act like God? He says, all right, verse 27, "I say to you, love your enemies." Grabe, that's hard. Punch them in the nose, puede, but love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Every one of us has people that hate us, and sometimes you don't even know why they hate you. But however they feel toward you, when you have the opportunity, you and I are to do good to those people. Bless those who curse you. Grabe talaga. So they can stand there and curse us, but we are to speak blessings over their lives. Pray for those who hurt you, verse 28. So you mean after somebody tears us up and hurts our family and slanders us, yeah, pray for those who hurt you. Verse 29, if someone slaps you on the cheek, offer the other cheek. All right, there's the old turn the other cheek. And then he says, offer the other cheek, and if someone demands your coat, offer your shirt also. He said, you know what? In the face of abusive authority, which the Jews faced in that day, occupied by the Roman military, it was common for them to face the abuse of these soldiers who didn't even want to be there. He said, if they demand your coat, offer them your shirt also. He said, give to anyone who asks you. And when the things you have are taken away from you, don't try to get them back. So he said, all right, be generous to the extreme. Don't even ask for stolen goods to be restored. Do to others as you would like them to do to you, the golden rule. And then he says, now let me tell you why. He said, I know this is hard, but let me tell you why. He said, verse 32, if you love only those who love you, why should you get credit for that? Even the sinners love those who love them. And if you do good only to those who are good to you, why should you get credit? Even the sinners do as much. And if you lend money only to those who can repay you, why should you get credit? Even sinners lend to other sinners for full return. Love your enemies, do good to them, lend to them without expecting to be repaid. Then your reward from heaven will be very great. I like that. Very great. Not just a little reward, a very great reward. Why a very great reward, Pastor? Because these things are very difficult to do. Your reward from heaven will be very great, and you will be acting as the children of the Most High, for he is kind to those who are unthankful and wicked. He said, you know what? If you got ears to hear, if you're willing to listen, this is how you treat people, because this is how your Heavenly Father treats people. Now, beloved, I'm going to stop there. There's so much more here. But I want you to understand, the older you get, the more you realize these are the hard ones. Acting like God is not just a few things of sanctification and morality. Acting like God is treating people like God treats them. Acting like a son of God, now that takes grace.